Now that we've returned from the Bahamas, in this episode we're going to be starting out in Miami and driving up the East Coast. After seeing the boat Pearl in the Bahamas, it really solidified our decision that the Garcia 45 exploration was the boat for us. So we have contacted the Garcia representatives and set the ball in motion. We ordered a boat to be delivered in early next year's spring of 2019. So we are going to keep driving north and see how far we get before we can sell the car and buy our tickets to go over to France.
So as we drove up the East Coast, we looked out for interesting things to see, and we came across the Kennedy Space Station, which looked like a lot of fun to go visit.
Hi. Is there electric? Do you have an electric car charger here?
Yeah, parking 4.
Okay. Space Center, Kennedy Space Center on Merritt Island, and we're going to take the tour today. It's out on an island off of Florida on the East Coast, and there are no shuttles going off today, nothing set for launch, but oh well, we'll go on the tour anyway. Wow, look at all these rockets right in the entrance here.
Peace.
Into space. The Juno 1.
Juno 1 was used to launch America's first satellite. Explorer 1 is a 4-stage booster rocket. And this is the Saturn V heavy lift rocket. It's a 3-stage liquid-fueled rocket used by the Apollo program and also to launch Skylab into space. And it ran from 1967 through the very early 70s. So it's quite an old rocket, but perhaps the largest one made. And this rocket could lift over 300,000 pounds of payload into orbit, so 150 tons of stuff launched into space. So an incredibly powerful rocket. On the top here you see the escape rocket that will launch in the event that something goes badly wrong. This little tiny rocket at top can launch and take the few people in the capsule there to safety as a last resort.
There's no buttons. How will I get home? The International Space Station and all the participants are listed here by flag.
shuttle. Shuttle boost.
This is Atlantis, the manned space shuttle.
Atlantis was the fourth of 5 operational shuttles launched in 1985, and she flew 33 operational flights and was the last shuttle to fly. During her 33 missions, she orbited the planet over 4,800 times. Atlantis was also a movie star. She's starred in a couple of blockbuster movies, one being Deep Impact and the other being Armageddon with Bruce Willis. And Atlantis had a busy life. She deployed 14 satellites, met up with Mir, the Russian space station, for 7 dockings, and 12 dockings with the International Space Station. Atlantis has 3 engines. Each engine is capable of producing 200 tons of thrust.
We're too scared. Nothing's scary. I know. What do you think we did wrong?
Now to more important space systems. Is it complicated?
A camera. They use a camera. Oh, in training.
Space. Hubble. Hilton Head.
And what is Hilton Head like?
I think she was a famous actress and famous for her head.
But how would you describe Hilton Head?
Well, she had nice lips.
Oh look, they have thistles too.
Thistles. Ow.
Ow. Man, they're big.
Very nice beach.
Nice.
Pretty. It's a beautiful beach. East Coast, Hilton Head Island. In Georgia?
We're in South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Near the border.
Just on the border. Dawn, it looks like a red mushroom.
We're in a mineral shop in Hilton Head.
Dawn, who does that remind you of? This one reminds me of my niece Willow.